Hey, this is Chuck Harris with Cross Trails Cowboy Ministries. Well, Billy Graham, he was headed home after a long trip, and he got off his jet plane and headed toward his limousine. He got to the limousine, and he was talking to the driver, and he asked the driver, he said, listen, he goes, I'm 70 or 8 years old, and he said, I've never driven a limousine. He said, do you mind if I drive? And his driver said, well, listen, you're Billy Graham. You do what you want. And so Billy got in the limousine, and they headed toward the house. And he passed this young highway patrolman going about 70 in a 55. Well, the young patrolman whipped around and pulled the limousine over. Well, when he walked up to the door, Billy rolled down the window, and the young patrolman seen who it was. So he went back to his patrol car, and he said, listen, he called his boss. He said, listen, boss, he said, I know I'm supposed to uphold the law here, but I also know that there's some important people in this world that some kind of get special treatment. And his boss said, well, who is it? He said, is it the governor? And he said, no, sir. He said, it's not the governor. It's more important than the governor. He said, well, is it the president? He goes, no, sir. It's not the president. It's even more important than the president. Well, his boss says, well, who is it then? He goes, well, he said, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it may be Jesus Christ because he's got Billy Graham as his chauffeur. You know, we all have a purpose in life. We all have a job that we're supposed to do. We all have a calling that God has for us. You know, in Hebrews 13:21, it says, may he equip you with all you need for doing his will. May he produce in you, through the power of Jesus Christ, every good thing that is pleasing to him. You know, our abilities, our talents, it matches what God intends for us to do. It matches the calling that he's laid out for each and every one of us. So I'm asking you today, don't ignore it. Don't ignore your talents to glorify God. That's all I got. Sermon in a minute.